The 21 Feminine Principles is a guide for women who are ready to stop surviving and start thriving. Inside, you'll learn how to reconnect with your feminine energy, your intuition, your self-worth, your quiet strength. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about coming home to yourself. As you apply these principles, you'll feel lighter, more confident, more at ease in your own skin, and more empowered in your relationships, choices, and daily life. If you're ready to feel happier, grounded, and deeply aligned, the 21 Feminine Principles is your next step. Get your copy of the 21 Feminine Principles, rules every feminine woman should live by, today at my pillar link.
Good morning. All right, I am leaving Target early this morning, and I wanted to say what an amazing podcast episode last night on Ask a Brother podcast. I was joined by the Crimson Cure and Miss Maggie the Substitute, and of course Jeff St. James. And what an amazing conversation amongst women that I have the utmost admiration for. I love the work that they're doing. I loved everything about it. So we need more of that. We definitely need more of that. But I want to talk this morning briefly about the Madonna whore dichotomy. I made mention of this briefly, and not using those words, but I made mention of, ladies, if there were only two categories that you could be put in, right? This is what women have to remember. And if I'm being honest, I could give men the same two categories, right? I'd call it something different. But right now I'm talking to the ladies. If there were only two categories that men put you in, okay, the Madonna or the whore, the lady or the prostitute, if there were only two categories, which category would you want to be in? Long term, short term, right? And here is the harsh truth that most women don't want to accept. This is the hardest sell of all, because now that we are in fourth wave feminism, you all think there are thousands of categories. Oh, Anita, there's thousands of categories. Why are you boiling it down to only two categories? There are thousands of categories. When here is the harsh truth that a lot of you all don't want to accept, the evolutionary programming that is thousands of years old, that is a part of your nature and a part of men's nature, says there's two categories for the most part. And when a man in his, evolutionary mind has to make a split decision in seconds or minutes, there are not thousands of categories. There's only two. So if that man has seconds to make a decision, there are only two categories. Do you understand that? So when you come into a man's visual field, he is in split seconds going to put you in one of two categories. And that is as old as time. I hate to break it to you. Now, maybe over time of getting to know you, working with you, or going to school with you, or however else he can get to know you over time. Maybe then there are thousands of categories, but on a dating app where there are, what is the estimate? It is 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds a man has to determine who you could possibly be to him. 3 to 5 seconds. And you think that he's thinking of the thousands of categories? No, he's thinking of two. There are two categories. Madonna whore. Short term, long term. Y'all, the traffic. Let me see if I want to jump on the highway. because the word on the street is the traffic is crazy. I'm going to try it. Okay, lady or prostitute. That is what is happening inside his mind. And regardless of how you feel about it, that is what it is. You all are mad because, oh, I want men to want my money, or I want men to want my accomplishments, or I want men to want, all these things that when we're talking about initial attraction, men don't want. I want men to want my bad attitude and call it a challenge. I want men to want, my body type when my body type is not attractive. I want men to want all my weight. Like, I want men to want my fake hair. I want men to want my long raptor nails. I want men to want my lashes, my caterpillar lashes. You want men to want all the things, and they don't want that. And for some reason, your pride, your lack of humility says, I don't care. I don't care what men want. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to put on. I'm going to put on some unnatural colored hair, or dye my hair some unnatural color. And you think men should want that. They don't. Or I'm going to put on a wig or a weave down my back in some unnatural texture that don't come out of my head. I'm going to put on these lashes. I'm going to put all this makeup on. So much so that you look like, the drag queens? Make it make sense. If you are a biological woman, why do you have to put on so much makeup that you look like a drag queen? You do realize that drag queens are cosplaying women, and you are a woman. Why do you need on that much makeup that it completely changes your appearance? Like I said, y'all be doing some stuff that I just don't understand, and I need to stop trying to understand it, but I stay just trying to figure out what is happening. What is the mental illness that the collective is experiencing all at once? It's mind-numbing. So, yeah, there were only 2 categories, and in a sense there are, from an evolutionary psychology perspective. Which category would you want to fall in? That's all you have to ask yourself. And then you have to take a long look in the mirror, look at the way you dress, look at the way you talk, the use of the N-word by Black women. Please stop using the N-word. Stop referring to Black men as the N-word. That is why you are getting the results that you're getting. And then I had a young lady, it was last year, I put up a video about the use of profanity. Well, I'm going to use profanity. Oh, okay. And again, I'm going to tell you to stop doing it, because that's the mother in me. That's the older woman in me trying to guide and direct you to actually get good results in life. I'm going to tell you to not do it. But you can't tell me what to do, and I'm going to keep using the profanity, and there's plenty of men out here that don't mind my mouth, and blah, blah, blah. And guess what? You're going to keep doing what you're doing. Simply because I'm telling you, you're not going to get good results in friendships, in relationships. Every other word coming out your mouth is profanity. It is a weak mind trying to express itself. All you're doing is telling people how ignorant you are, that you have no other words to use, that you're trash. Yeah, I'm hot today. I'm going to come for you today. That's all you're doing, young lady, is saying, I don't have no other words that I could use. I don't know no other words. I don't know how to express myself in a decent, non-degenerate fashion. There are certain spaces that I can't be in because I don't know how to clean my language up. I don't know how to use normal English vernacular. I got to speak in Ebonics. I got to speak in profanity speak. That's all you're doing, okay? So this idea of, oh, you don't tell me what to do, I'm going to cuss and I'm going to use the N-word and blah-de-dee-blah. Okay, let's see how that's working out for you. Because like I keep telling y'all, that's all I care about. All I care about is results. I could care less about the process, the tone, the this, the that. I care about the results. I care about getting the results that I want. and being successful. That is my number one goal every year, all day. Am I successful? Am I successful at life? Am I successful in relationships? Am I successful with my money? Am I successful in my career? Like, that's it. If you simply made that one thing your goal and cleaned up the way you look, the way you dress, the things that you're putting on your body instead of putting something in your mind and putting something in your heart, trust me, you'd be successful. But you look at people like me, so number one, I get called old, antiquated, outdated, don't nobody care about you. Forget the fact that I'm successful. Forget the fact that my money's in order, that I'm successful. Forget that, right? But because I don't have a bunch of stuff pumped in my behind, because I didn't suck out all of my midsection area and then put a bunch of fake stuff in my boobs and put a bunch of fake stuff in my lips, right? Because I didn't do that, and I don't have, hair weaved all down my back. Y'all really think that's what it's like high school? It really is like high school. Y'all really think that your, popular look is gaining you any real success in life? It really isn't. Like, it's just like being back in high school, if I can be honest. The cool chicks in high school that were going nowhere fast, most of them got pregnant by the time they left high school or if they did go to college. They did go to college. But can I represent the squares? Can I represent the nerds? Can I represent the geeks? Can I represent the corny girls? Right? Can I rep that? Because last I checked, we're successful. Last I checked, we're getting good results with men. We're getting married. We're having kids. We're buying homes and having gardens in the back, and we're doing just fine. Like, we're not being called bees and hoes and all this other nonsense. We're not. Men are not approaching us like that. Men are not talking to us crazy. Last I checked, we're not getting bad attention. I'd rather have no attention than bad attention. Honest to God. Okay? So let me rep for the corny chicks. Right? Let me rep for the, regular, everyday, not Instagram baddie chick. Let me represent her. But if there were only two categories, I really, really want you to think about this. Which category would you be in? So if you took a little placard, right, and one placard said lady and one placard said prostitute, and you said, hey, which category, based on how I look, based on how I talk, based on the things I do, which category would you put me in? Some of y'all's feelings would be hurt. And you know it. And you know it. Every lady on that panel last night, that's the definition of a lady. Like, we are the very definition of lady. Long-term, Madonna, mother. Every lady on that panel. But again, our life isn't exciting. We're not being flown out to Dubai so we can get crapped on by some Saudi guy. We're not dressed a certain way. We don't have weave and wig and colored hair and claw-like nails. We don't hit your dopamine receptors. That's in essence what you're saying. We're not exciting. We don't make your dopamine receptors, light up, right? We're not salacious. We're not using the N word. We're not cussing our head off, to express ourselves. We're corny, right? Don't nobody want to listen to us. Oh, look at all these women. Oh, don't nobody want to listen to y'all. And yet there's a level of success that you all will never know. You'll never know because you keep going the way you're going. And this is not even a young woman's game anymore. That's what's scary. What you're doing is not even a young woman's game. I know women in their 40s. I have clients in their 40s that are using profanity, calling men the N-word. Like, what? This isn't even a young woman's game. That's what's so dangerous about what you're doing. You have grown kids and you're trying to twin and trick and do what they do. And, you know, cause that's cool. It's like being in high school. It's like y'all have not grown up from high school. I was too grown for high school. Let me tell you how long I've been grown. I've been an adult a long time. I'm a truly old soul. I remember being in high school going, this is dumb. Like, this is stupid. Half the stuff that they were doing in high school, I thought was dumb. Like, what is the point of this? What is the point of drinking and throwing up every weekend and, you know, getting high and just the stupid stuff they was doing? I was just like, what? What? How is this benefit my life? How is this getting me where I want to go? This is dumb. I remember thinking that. And I was square. I was reading. Oh, Lord, don't let somebody catch me reading. And how many people came for me? Oh, my God, Nina's reading a book. Oh, my goodness, a smarty art and all them. Really? and look, what made it even worse was me wearing glasses, right? And reading. I was your typical corny chick. But y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to grow up. You do. You need to grow up. And the fact that you want to stay 18, 19 forever, you got women in their 40s and 50s dressing like they're 18, 19, twinning with their 20-year-old daughter. I wish, y'all, I got to get my middle daughter and my oldest daughter on a live. I wish. Like, I want them to tell y'all all my business. I want them to tell y'all the stuff I be saying, the stuff I be doing. I want them to tell y'all the type of mother that I am. And they gonna be like, first of all, like, she ain't never gonna wear nothing that we wear. She ain't never gonna say we going out. She ain't never gonna say we twinning. She ain't never nope. Nope, that ain't never gonna happen. Never, ever. It's gonna happen. What I look like trying to compete with my 26 and 23-year-old daughter. What I look like trying to do what they're doing. What sense does that make? None. But y'all, it's a thing. It's not even a young woman's game. That's what's so disappointing. I'm seeing women in their 40s and 50s doing this. And look, the 50 and 60-year-olds that have like fitness channels and they look good for their age and all of that. You know, again, it's sneaky how they do it. It's real sneaky how they do it because it's a fitness channel and how youthful I look, but they are dressing like whores. They are dressing like, 19-year-old whores. And I'm thinking, why? Why are we doing? Okay, we get it, right? You're not the only one that looks young for your age, but why do you have to dress like a whore? Like, make that make sense. I've had plenty of people tell me, no, I would have never pinned 58 on you, but I don't need to dress like a whore. Like, I don't need to dress like a prostitute, right? I can dress like a modest woman and I'm fit, people tell me that all the time. Oh, you should make a fitness channel. You know a lot about fitness, a lot about nutrition. Why don't you make it? Because I don't need to show all my body on the internet. I don't need to show everybody what I'm working with. Guess who's going to see what I'm working with? My husband. Guess who's going to know what I got under these clothes? My husband. My husband going to know what I got. He going to know what I got under these clothes. Y'all don't need to know what I got under these clothes because you ain't my husband. But it's like a drug. Attention is like a drug. And once you've tasted it, clearly it's hard to put down. Because you got 50 and 60-year-old women that have these fitness channels showing everything they got. Oh, I still look good. I still got it. The only person who need to know that is my husband. That's it. Y'all don't need to know what I got. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Okay, yes, a woman should keep herself up. She should look good. I am still my college weight. I'm very proud of that. I've had 3 children and I'm still the weight I was in college. I'm very proud of that. But I ain't got to show y'all everything I got. Okay? So stop. But really think about this, ladies. If there were only 2 categories that you could be put in, which one would you be put in? And a lot of y'all will get your feelings hurt. A lot of you all are short-term use only. That's what most men think. And do not fool yourself. You really think because a man is entertaining you to get laid, that means something? It means nothing. It means nothing. If you can't get past a month or 2 months with the man being consistent, 3 months, that means nothing to me. Yeah, he's going to hunt you down high and low to get laid. But if a month or two go by and you don't give him nothing and he go about his business, okay, well, that's your answer. Or if you sleep with him in the first month and in a month or 2 or 3 he go about his business, that's your answer. So that's your answer. But you getting a man to turn his head, that's called so what? That's called so what? It's crazy to me that y'all really think a man in your DMs and a man's turning his head and trying to holler at you and that don't mean anything. And then let's add this. A lot of these women are accepting dates either at their house or at the man's house. How many times do I have to tell you? You do not let some strange man you met on the internet over to your house and you don't go to his house. Y'all heard about this Instagram influencer. Let me speak on this briefly. The chocolate girl, beautiful girl. I think her name is Ashley Janae. Chocolate, beautiful, absolutely stunning. Met some white guy, started dating him. He took her over to Tanzania for her 31st birthday. And this is a grown woman. Went over to Tanzania with this white guy that she was dating for her 31st birthday. He proposed, and a few days later, she's found dead in the hotel room, apparently hanging. And we all know what happened. We all know that girl did not take no trip to Africa for her birthday, got proposed to, and then killed herself. We know that's not what happened. But because y'all want to be big and bad, y'all want to be these Instagram baddies, y'all want to live this soft life, you want these white zaddies, because you want to live a lifestyle, that lifestyle is going to kill you. That lifestyle is going to kill you. Keep playing. I wake up in a cold sweat almost every night about my own daughters because of some of the dumb stuff my middle daughter be getting into. And it just irks my spirit, right? It irks my spirit, the thought of her, being a 23-year-old young, beautiful woman, like, oh, Lord, I just be praying. I wake up, this is a true story. I wake up in the middle of the night praying for my daughter because something will get in my spirit. And it's like, Lord, just Jesus, please, just be with my child. Just please give her the spirit of intuition. Give her the spirit of instinct. Let my teachings kick in when they need to kick in. But this girl went over to Africa with this dude, and all this transpired. Now, and her family is devastated. That girl ain't killed herself. Y'all better stop messing with these dudes that you don't know. And the fact that you so quick to meet people online, total strangers that you don't know, that it's mind-altering. You meeting a total stranger that you don't know, letting this man come in your house, letting this man fly you to wherever, letting him around your kids. Like, I can't make this up. What are you thinking? And then something crazy like this happened. And, oh my goodness, what happened? He's a stranger. You don't know him. You don't know him. And like I said, we have got to do better. We got to grow up and wake up. But there's no way you should be in your 40s and 50s falling for the okie doke. And then, of course, you want to be quick to blame men when you ought to have more discernment about yourself. And can I be real? Can I be totally honest? This is what happens when younger women don't want to listen to seasoned, mature, healthy, older women. This is what happens when you don't have a good, emotionally stable, successful, and healthy older woman mentor. Okay? When you don't have a good older woman mentor, when you don't have a good father. This is the type of stuff that y'all get into. This is the type of stuff that happens because, oh, we're jealous. Oh, we're old. Oh, go sit down, old lady. You don't know what you're talking about. We're what do I got to be jealous for? I've been there and done that. I've lived a 58-year-old life. What am I jealous about? Because I'm telling you to stay out of some strange man's house? That makes me jealous? I wish I could go over to some strange man's house. No, I don't. No, I do not. I want to be sitting in my home safe and sound at 9 o'clock at night, exactly where I'm supposed to be. What I look like being out in these streets till 2 in the morning? Why would I want to do that? Come on now, stop. Check yourself. Maybe we have something of value to offer you, young ladies. And again, I'm not talking about the old bitter women. I'm not talking about, the women who are competing with you, because I agree with you. There are women my age that are still trying to compete with you. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ladies. I'm talking about the women who are successful and are ladies and are not trying to compete with you, who are emotionally healthy, who actually want what's best for you, who want you to be happy, who want you to find a good man. You'll never hear me tell you don't need a man. You need a good man. You need a good, emotionally healthy, masculine man in your life. So I just don't get it. But this young lady clearly had no older woman in her ear, had no father, had no body of substance saying, yeah, you don't know him. Like, you don't know him. What are you doing? What are you doing? But y'all want to be baddies so bad. It's like high school. You want to be popular. You want to be the cool kid so bad. And it's leading to your demise. So please stop. Please stop. Nobody is jealous of you. It don't work that way. Stop the foolishness, okay? And I tell women all the time on my channel, yes, it's tough love. It is very tough love because, can I be honest? We don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to sugarcoat everything and to watch my tone and to pick my words carefully. Like, Jesus is coming back. Do you realize that? The world is winding down at a rate that I've never seen before. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have weeks and months and years to drippity drop it on you. I got to pour it on you. I got to give you the truth. And know this, even the Bible says God loves those he chastises. That's how you know people actually care. Because they're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, don't do this. This isn't good. This isn't going to end well. Like, people who actually care, people who love you and care about you are passionate. We know where all this is going, and it's nowhere fast. But y'all want it so soft and so sweet and so this. Oh, hey, I don't like the way you talk, and I don't like the words you use. I don't like how you coming at me. I don't like the directness. Okay, I'm sure this young lady would rather be alive to hear my mouth, but she's not. She's not, and we have to wake up. That's why I'm loud. That's why I'm strong and boisterous, because somebody got to wake y'all up. Y'all rather people put y'all to sleep and tell y'all a sweet lie than the cold hard truth. So come on now. We got to stop. We got to stop all this nonsense. All right. I'm pulling up to the bank. I got to do some banking today and get to my paperwork. And I got clients to see today, but I'm sincere. I am genuinely sincere. If there are two signs, young ladies, one says lady, the other says prostitute, one says Madonna, the other says whore, and you walk up to people in your regular attire, hey, if you could put me in either one of these categories, which would it be? A lot of y'all would get your feelings hurt, or a lot of people would lie to you. And that's, if I'm being honest, that's what's happening. A lot of people are just lying to you. Your girlfriends are lying to you. Men are lying to you. And of course, men are going to lie to you because they want you to be the whore. They want you to be the whore so they can get what they want out of you. See, makes common sense, don't it? Of course, a man is going to tell you everything that you're doing is great and you're so great and you're so wonderful, because that actually gives him a chance to get laid, him or some other man. See, that's how it works. But I'm not a lesbian, the last I checked. Okay, I don't want nothing you got sexually. I don't want nothing you got. And when I tell you the truth, it's from love. Okay, it's because I actually care about your future. I want you to be successful. I want you to have all the things you say you want in life, and I want you to get them in a way that you can hold on to them for a long time. That young lady, when you look at her Instagram, she had an absolutely amazing, fabulous life for 31 years. That's it. She had a fabulous life for 31 years. Was it worth it? And her little Instagram status, I think she had that for maybe 5 years, 6 years. So she had a fabulous life for 6 years. Not 80 years, not 50 years, not about 6 years. And she lived on this earth for 31 years. Like, when I tell y'all I'm in the best season of my life at 58, I'm in a wonderfully calm, just content, genuinely happy season of my life. I'm in a successful season of my life financially. Like, I'm in a great season of my life. And it can only get better. So yeah, she got to fly all over the world and wear these clothes and makeup and hair for 31 years. So we have got to do better. We've got to do better. And yeah, we're going to keep going. I'm so proud of Maggie. I'm so proud of Crimson, Kendra. I'm really proud of the work they're doing. I'm proud of the platform that Jeff has built. We need it. We need to hear a lot of different voices. Whether you agree or not, we need to hear a lot of diverse voices. Jeff is similar to me in that, he's willing to have just about anybody to listen and to learn and to understand. A lot of diverse voices, not just black voices, because see, that's where y'all can miss me with that. Y'all can miss me whenever I share something from someone of a different race or a different ethnicity. Oh, why are you putting white people? See, y'all can miss me with that. That's what's keeping a lot of y'all stuck. That's what's keeping a lot of y'all stuck. You don't want to listen to anybody of a different race, of a different creed, of a different ethnicity. You want to stay stuck in your little black world. I don't work that way. I have a very diverse group of clients. I have a very diverse counseling practice. I listen and read everything and everybody that can make me better and make me successful. And actually, I learn and grow. I don't care about the person's race or gender or any of that. I keep telling y'all, I'm not down with the the identity politics. That's what's keeping y'all stuck, is these identity politics. That if it isn't liberal, if it isn't this, if it isn't that, if it isn't black, if it isn't white, if it isn't women, if it is, okay, that's for the birds. That's for the birds. For me over here, I actually want to grow and be successful. And I can learn something from everybody, but that's what's keeping you small. Well, they're Republican, I don't listen to them, and that person's MAGA, and that person's this, and that person's that, I don't listen to them. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting the same dumb results you're getting. But we got to do better. And I want to see more and more women speak out. I want to see more and more women finally wake up. I want them to rally against this. I want them to see that it is not pro-women. This narrative that we have been force-fed is not pro-women. It's not pro-children. That's why I can never support it. And even 20 years ago, when people were proclaiming themselves feminists, I'm a feminist. I was like, and they're like, what about you, Anita? You don't want to know the answer to that. Don't ask me that question. You don't want to know the answer. I have never supported it at all. And everybody's like, well, you went to college and you got that shit. What did that have to do with anything? College is simply a means to an end for me. That's it. I don't run around telling everybody all the degrees I have and what I have it in and put all this stuff behind my name. I don't do all that. It is a means to an end, a way to make money and own my businesses. That's it. Y'all the ones that get off on that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. And I'm smart enough to know that as a woman, I want to do what's actually best for me. I want to do what's best for me as a woman long term. Letting a bunch of men skeet in my body ain't it. Okay? Showing my naked body online ain't it. Okay? Doing these stupid things, putting off having kids ain't it. Like, none of that stuff benefits me as a woman long term. Refusing to marry ain't it. Like, what? So, yeah, I gotta go. But I pray, and this is what I realize when I do these podcasts. So Jeff was saying it was almost 1,000 people. 1,000 people between all of our platforms were watching the show last night. And we had probably the same 50, 60 people that were commenting. And one thing I said, you know what I realize about these shows, even the shows I do on Sunday, there are people that are watching that will never comment or never like it. Because we were like, why are the likes so low? Why are they, but here's the truth. People will watch, they will not comment, they will not like, but the message is still getting in. That's my prayer before each and every one of these podcasts. Lord, let whoever needs to hear this, let them listen and let it land. Let it water the seed. Let it plant a seed and then water the seed that we planted. That's my prayer for every time I go onto a podcast. Because I know there are people that are listening that are not going to comment. They're not going to like it. They're not going to share it. But they're listening and you want it to land. That's it. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for all your support. We had so much support last night. It was like mind-boggling. I was like, well, dang, this is amazing. Like, it goes to show that the ladies, when ladies come together, we were supported. It was amazing. So I was so happy. I was so proud about that. But check out the episode. It's on my platform. It's on Jeff St. James. It's on Crimson Cure. It's on Maggie the Substitute. You can go to any of our platforms. Please like, please subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell us what you think about the episode. I would really appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, stay open to love.